Raquel Reyna is a spiritualized biz coach. She is the founder of the revolutionary Spiritualized Biz program and the VIP Biz initiative. I met Raquel about a little over a year ago. And after a very, very short, brief time, I knew that I had found my tribe, that I was in the right circle. I fell in love with her. She fell in love with me. It's a mutual admiration society. So naturally, I want to share her with you because what Raquel is all about is human design. And human design is forever and forever for everyone. It's mind-boggling in so many ways, but so trailblazing. And so Raquel, thanks again for being here. I'm honored to have you here. Please share with us a little bit about you and how you came to human design and a little bit about what human design is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Joy. You're so beautiful and amazing, and it's such an honor to be sharing this space with you and watching you shine. First off, I just want to start with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a little bit about my journey is I've been on a spiritual path since I was 23 years old. I met a shaman, and I've been learning spiritual tools and manifestation for many, many years. And I have a master's degree in spiritual psychology. I was a seeker. I traveled all over the world looking for spiritual awakenings, looking for mystical experiences. And along that path, I also had to support myself. And I found that what I was doing was having these spiritual experiences, but then waking up in the morning and getting ready and going to work and kind of snuffing down that spiritual path. And I created sort of a schism inside my own being where, it wasn't spiritual to make money. It wasn't spiritual to, it wasn't, you couldn't integrate the spiritual into the money making part of life. And I struggled with that for many, many years. And I struggled.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think that's an area for all of us who consider ourselves and see ourselves as business women. I think that's very difficult. And especially if you are a cosmic healer, if you're in the spiritualized arena, it's very difficult. It's a coming to a whole different outlook in life. And that's not easy for many of us. It wasn't for me. So thank you for saying that. Continue. I'm sure it's true for many.
Absolutely. And please interject. I love hearing your thoughts as we go. So yes, I believe so. I believe that it is right now still the leading edge of question for many women, for many men, for many entrepreneurs, and for many conscious spiritual seekers. Because because of the history of spirituality and understanding how to make money while staying conscious and while integrating spirituality into the realm of business. And that's really primarily what it is that I'm here to do. And I've been in the online arena for many, many years. And I actually started while I was in corporate America. I was in corporate America knowing I needed to get out, knowing that I had stuffed it down long enough. But every time I tried to make something happen, every time I pushed, every time I hustled, things never worked out right for me. And it caused a lot of pain, and it caused a lot of bitterness and a lot of resentment on my path. And it took a total, complete dark night of the soul, complete crisis to wake me up.
I get that, and I hear that loud and clear. And you know why? Because I had that same awakening, and I'm sure that many of the women, the ladies, the girls that you work with have the same, because there's so many women in corporate America, or even entrepreneurial women, who have not found the right niche, the right avatar, the right market for them to work in. So that's why, for me, human design is so phenomenal. So take that forward. It really
yes, and that's exactly where human design came in. Is really at the bottom of the bottom. I really knew that I needed something new. Something was not working properly. And at that time, it had been mentioned to me that I was a projector in human design. And I really didn't know anything more than that. I didn't know.
Let's go back. I'm sorry to interject, but I know that we only have so much time, and I want to have, and I assure you, I'm assured that you will come back. But let's get to human design, because that's the element, because I think there are so many people who are still in their search for their purpose. So what is human design? I know there are 4 or 5 different categories. Tell us a little bit about those 4 or 5 and what they mean.
So basically, when I found out that I was a projector, I got very curious to this intel. And basically, it began to, when I started learning about it, it began to completely explain to me why things hadn't worked out for me, why I was struggling, and a lot of my history. And so it was this, it became apparent to me that this intel was key for my transformation. And basically what human design is a system that includes the astrology, the chakra system, the tree of life, genetic coding, and it basically takes you through an understanding of yourself from a new perspective. And it goes through your aura type, and it creates a strategy and an inner authority, a way to make a decision based on your particular unique auric field, which so many other spiritual teachings can't really tap or don't tap into. It's a unique way of understanding yourself and being able to navigate through the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, what are the different types, so that people who are after this will get to your site and through a free chart find out which heading they're under?
Yeah.
What are they?
So what we have are generators, which are also manifesting generators, and that makes up about 71% of the population. We then have projectors that make up about 20% of the population. And then there's manifestors, which will make up about 8 or 9% of the population. And then there's the reflector, which is 1% of the population. And each particular aura type will have a different way to a different strategy to lead them to success, to lead them to satisfaction.
Huh. Now, the reflector is only 1%.
Yes.
Why is that such a small percentage in comparison to the others?
They are sort of, they're the 1% that reflects to the rest of humanity the state of health of humanity. So we need, the generators are going to carry most of the creative, productive force on the planet. The reflectors are just going to reflect back to us. Let's say out of 100 people, one reflector will reflect back to those 100 people the health and the state of that particular, community.
Ah, so now I heard you say earlier that you are a projector.
Yes.
I know that I'm a manifesting generator.
Yes.
So what about the other two, the manifestor?
The manifestor and reflector. So each aura has a role and a part to play. And the manifestor is really the only type that is here to initiate action. They're the starters. They're the ones that when you hear just go out and make it happen, just do it. And even though much of our culture was built by the manifestor, which kind of gives us those creeds, we really only have a small percentage of the population that will actually see results by following this strategy. The rest of us will become very frustrated and very bitter if we go out and just do it and make things happen. And
I have to tell you, yes, Raquel, that is more profound. It was for me, and I hope that our listening audience will find it as such, because on the internet, the online businesses, it's all about take action, take action, take action. Yes, but there's a way that many of us take action, and it isn't split-second action for most of us. So expound on that a wee bit more.
Yeah. So I think that most people are working in a way that is not correct for them. And even though you might see results sometimes, what happens is you get burned out, you get fried, and you get frustrated. And so I see, a ton of coaches coming to me after taking on that advice of going out, making something happen. And even though they might have results, they are literally fried to the bone. And they just don't even know how to put any more energy out to make, go to their next level, because they're already working at, the treadmill speed. And so it is really what it is that we've been conditioned, and society has been conditioned to work a certain way. And what human design is, and the reason why it's becoming more and more popular, and the reason why I believe that over the next 10 years it's going to be even more popular, is because we're moving into the era of the individual, where it's going to be harder and harder and harder to live out strategies that are not correct for you. And so people are going to be suffering more. They're going to feel more frustrated. They're going to get more burned out. They're going to just feel more fried. And at that point, that's when this intel can really be the thing to help ignite your life purpose, help ignite a career that unfolds for you with grace and ease, and helps to align you to your higher level work in the world. And I never like to say, oh, and then you'll make $1 million, or then your business will be easy, because it's always a process. But what we do know in human design is that when you live your strategy and your authority, you will move into work that is satisfying for you, and you will move into success if you're willing to continue the experiment.
Well, for many numerous reasons, I wanted to share the space and time with you, and we will do this again, and it'll be more polished. But polish is not real all the time, so this might be even better. But one of the reasons, Raquel, that I wanted you to be here was that for myself, having a successful career and being a successful corporate businesswoman at the age and the time of retirement, I wanted something more fulfilling, because with all of that success, I never had that sense of fulfillment. And now I know that I'm on the right path. And I know, because I have dialogued and engaged with many men and women who, regardless to where they are and what level, they might be making the money, they might have the education, they might have a lot of different things, but they don't have that sense of, I'm doing my purpose, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing what I'm here to do. And I know without question that when it comes to human design, it gives you that, if you are willing to take the time and make the investment in yourself. And that's one of the reasons I wanted you to share with our audience what human design is about and what it offers you. And you mentioned earlier about, I think you said 3 or 4 different aspects of spiritual teachings that are combined in human design. Could you repeat that again?
Yeah, it combines the astrology and the I Ching, the tree of life, and the chakra system.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ancient school teachings. And then the modern day school teachings is genetic coding, neutrino physics. Both those things are also explained and integrated into the human design system.
Mm-hmm. You have been at this for how long now, working with the human design? And I know that you have a lot of things on the drawing board. I know you just published a book. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Let's see if I have it here on my desk. I thought I did.
Okay.
So actually, yes, there's the book is, whoops, I literally have my computer on my book. That wasn't really
I love technology. I love it. Yes. It's something about magic, I know. Yes.
Yeah, so basically I was invited to participate and be an author, contributing author to the Thoth Book of Magic. And basically what it is, it's a daily guide to manifest your life and your soul And it's a step-by-step guide. And so my chapter is a 30-day process to uncover your own particular auric field and to commit to 30 days to living your strategy and your authority. Because oftentimes you can learn it, but what I really like to teach people is how to live it and how to integrate it and how to experiment with it in your life, because that's when things really start to, seep in, is when you really allow yourself to live the strategy.
I agree with that. And the other thing that connects and ties in with that somewhat is what you are all about, because you're renowned for taking your clients through the mystical journey of unleashing their soul's potential. And that's the key word, their soul's potential, while launching their businesses. And there's a time factor involved, but that's what your purpose is. So I put up a link here where people can connect and contact you. But I'm hoping that everyone who views this broadcast will be able to go to this link and get their, or maybe this is not the link though.
Yes. Yes, when they go to this link, we give them very specific directions on how to get their free chart. Right now, we're doing a 7-day challenge. It starts on Monday.
Yes.
And so people can post their charts in our Facebook group. When you opt into this link, then we show you what the chart means and how to integrate it into your life. And you can take our challenge for 7 days and experiment with how this information seeps into your own life.
I like it. What is, time flies, it goes much too quickly, but what are some of the things that you want people to take away that will be meaningful, impactful, enlightening, inspirational to them about your human design program and why your heart, soul, and every core of you've invested in human design? What do you want the people who are tuning in to walk away with? Any and every and all things.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to know that if something isn't working well in your life, or if you're feeling a little bit of angst, or you're trying to move out of a career that's not satisfying, or you're trying to lift your business to the next level, that there is new information, there's new intel, there's new ways to work, and there's new ways to uncover paths that will work for you. And so I know for me, when I got to that point where it felt like everything was crashing and nothing was working, I thought and wondered if anything would ever work. And so I think the most important thing is people to know is that there is new ways of understanding who you are, how you operate, and how you are meant to live, and how you are meant to have success in the world.
Well, I don't think there's anything more powerful and more impactful than that. So that said, what we'll do is end with that. And listen, thank you for your patience. Thank you for... There is never, ever a dull moment here, let me tell you. This is what I'm discovering, and my DNA, I think, is suited for this, so it's all right. It's okay. But promise me this one thing, and our audience, whether they're here now or they come back later, that you will return within a month or two, and we'll do this over again. And by that time, I'll have it down to a science. Not that there's anything wrong with what we've done here today. We've had fun, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I promise that you'll come back.
Of course.
Wonderful.
Anything for you, Joy.
Oh, ditto. The feeling is mutual. Thank you so much. I'm going to say goodbye for now, and then I'm going to sign out. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. So that said, let me say this to you. Technology is fun. It's for someone like me who comes at a late time in life to explore and have fun with it. That's the beauty of it. And the patience that you have, because there is the TV show Cheers, where no one knows your name. Well, I'm hoping over time that not only will you get to know my name, I will get to know yours, and we will make a connection. Because for me, it's all about leading ladies, leaving legacies, living legacies. We're talking about trailblazing women, women who are agents of change, heart-centered leaders, and purpose-driven women. And we're not sexist. That includes men as well. So wherever you are, I hope that this has given you a new insight to lots of potential and possibilities for you. So be well and take care. And thank you for being here and bearing with us through this. And join us again next Wednesday, same time, same place. Until then, bye-bye for now. Cheers.